Hello, good morning. Welcome along, everyone. Nice to have you here. Which way do I need to sit? That way a little bit better. How are you all doing? Nice to have you all here. Welcome along to the first ever inaugural Great Farm Sim quiz. So interested to see how this all goes. Hopefully everything works out how I'd planned, but as often happens with live streams, best laid intentions don't always go quite as you expect they will. So we'll just have to wait and see. So it'll be fun, but I'm looking forward to it. But welcome along, everyone. Scott, nice to see you, mate. I don't know if you've been able to hang around for a couple of minutes, but thanks for stopping in. Sorry you can't stay. Would have been nice to have you here. But appreciate you taking the time to stop and say hello. Dylan, how you doing, mate? I hope it's going to be fun. My plans are it'll be fun, but we will wait and see. But thank you very much for that membership. Appreciate it as always. Bondemand Hansen, hello, good morning. Chinook, welcome along. Nice to have you here. Hello, Yos. Greetings, Kirim. Good to see you can stay for a little bit longer today with work commitments and things like that. Pretty cool. Empty Pockets, hello, good morning. Wouter M, good evening to you. Good morning from me. Yep, you doing well, Dan? Good to see you as well. So, I'm on the server actually. I'm on the West Aussie server at the moment. Just because I needed something to do in the background, but coming up very soon, if I bring my slides up, is the Great Farm Sim quiz. So we'll go through, I've got a whole lot of slides set up for that, so I need to make sure I'm on the right screen and doing everything like that. But for now, I just wanted to give people a chance to join, a chance to get here, and by then we will, once we've got a few more people here, a few people who are interested in joining, then we would look at getting things up and going. But there's not actually much to do here on the farm. Crops are all just growing, but the cotton we harvested last time, I just thought I'd grab a plough. It's mindless ploughing that we can do in the background just while we're waiting in amongst things. So I'll go find a plough and do that. But now to get started, if someone puts !R1 in chat, you should get a link to the very first round of the quiz. It is a Google form. Now, it does ask for your email addresses, it does ask for your YouTube names. Obviously, please make sure they are accurate and the same across every round, because that's the way I'm going to tally up scores using your names. I'm not collecting your email addresses for anything other than being able to do this. So if you want to put a fake email address or something in there, go for it. I couldn't really care less. Just be consistent. And yeah, have a look. The first round, you'll actually be able to answer the questions without doing anything else because of the way I've structured it. But we may as well just we'll just wait and let a few more people join. How you doing, Days, mate? Good to see you. You have a feeling you don't know things. I've had a lot of help. Legion's not here, but Legion spent quite a bit of time sorting out the spreadsheet and everything that I've got running in the back end for it to try and tally all the scores. So hopefully everything works out with what he's done, and we can get a good quiz going, or at least the scoring side of it. Otherwise, we won't be able to quite look at some live scoring, and I'll have to go through and do that all later and see who the inaugural Farming Simulator Quiz First Edition winner is. I'm fighting the urge to start answering the questions, but you'll behave. Well, the best part is, I mean, if you're clever cookies, then please don't, but !R2 will get you the second round and so on and so forth. But the second round is actually all image based, and the images aren't in the spreadsheet, so, or aren't in the answer form, so you won't be able to answer it anyhow beyond that round. So anyhow, now I'm just looking, we've got some crops that are coming ripe. I did skip time forward on the server to the next month just to see if anything would pop that I could actually do some harvesting or something in. But sunflowers down there have, but I wanted some cotton because cotton's an easy thing to harvest without having any grain cart drivers, but it doesn't look like we're going to have any harvestable cotton, so we'll do the ploughing instead. No, Yoss, you don't answer all just yet. I don't want to start straight away because if anyone joins the stream a little bit late, they're not going to be able to join. See, Kikarino's only just got here, and if he'd started already, he would have missed out. Giving you some pub quiz vibes from your holiday last week. Hope you do better than 23 out of 50. You should do. if I'm being honest, the questions I don't think are too difficult. Maybe one of the rounds. So one of the rounds is how well you know your maps from a screenshot, and the screenshots are all from the map thumbnails that are used on ModHub. They're all ModHub maps, but I think that could be probably the hardest one. I think, and maybe the Farming Simulator history one. There's a few curly ones in there, but I reckon 40 out of 50 is not out of the question for most people. Oh, there he is, Mr. Legion. How are you, dude? I was just stating my appreciation for your help with the spreadsheet for the quiz in the back end. I'm doing good, mate, doing good. It's been a long time to actually get to the point. I've been talking about this quiz for a while, so it's nice to finally be here. It's a good thing I'm doing it this week, because next week it'd be no good. I've got a football tournament on Sunday, so there'll be no live stream next week, and the week after that... Well, the week after that could have worked, and then the next week after that would have been Locking League, so we're kind of running out of weekends. And it is only, it's 6 weeks today till we fly out to FarmCon, so that time is going to fly past. Well, put it this way, Legion, it worked for the first 5 entries. So long as everything's working past that. I understand what you did to get it all to look it up now. I've got a decent understanding, so if something doesn't work, I think I can fudge how to make it look at the right plot spot. Tough questions without looking up the answers. Hey Kevin, how you doing? Nice to see you. Welcome in. You FarmCon, I know. We might have to shake hands or something else. Is that what we do? We just let's make this awkward without making it awkward. Are we just going to stand there and wave at each other? Are we, shake hands? Are we high-fiving? Do we have a secret handshake yet? Do you want a hug? Are you a hugger? Just lay the limits, throw the boundaries down for me. I don't want to overstep any lines. You like awkward tells you a lot about the other person. Perfect. Alright. I can make it as awkward as you like. Just need a, in fact, I'll get a screenshot of your face from one of FSG's blogs from last year and we'll screen print something. This is getting personal. Well, it hasn't yet, Chinook. You do want to know, I think we're sharing the same hotel. Just hotel. That's it. Good man. She'll hate that. That would legitimately scare her. Please don't. No hugs and crabs. Oh, Legion. Alright. So we'll start off in about 6 minutes, I reckon. That should give everyone enough time. Well, it won't give everyone enough time, but anyone who's still looking to join and wants to be a part of it can get here and jump in. Let's just set up a field course for this. Doesn't really care which one, we'll just do a north-south one. In fact, we'll just set our own one up. It's alright. What's happening here? I was going to say we're frozen. I know, and I'll probably get told I don't need to be doing this in the field either because we've got direct planters, but nah, I can contribute in some way. That's something to do while we're waiting. So anyone new who's joined in the last few minutes and here to take part in the quiz, it is fully interactive. You guys are all welcome to join in and participate. Exclamation mark R1 will give you the link for the quiz, so you can get in there. It is a Google Forms, as I said before. It does ask for your email address and YouTube name. Make sure you get those, well, make sure the YouTube name's accurate and make sure the email address is consistent. They're both consistent across each round. I don't care if you use a fake email address. I've got no interest in your emails. That's just a way that I needed to be able to collect the data. So. And when I bring it up on screen, which is there's the quiz scores. There's the only thing you're going to see is your username, not the actual, not the email address. Email addresses are hidden, usernames are all there. And when it all starts, that's what it'll look like. We will have a tab through to it and quiz, and we'll be tabbing through and having a look at the rounds. So there you go, sneak peek. Round 1 is general knowledge. Of course, if you've opened up the form, you'll know that already anyhow. Hey Bruce, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Mr. T-Man Gaming is here. How are you, my friend? Nice to see you, mate. Nice to have you here. Wonder if the newly released competitive modes give modders the ability to make their own content, allowing FS Olympics to be made. To be honest, the competitive farm sim aspect seems more fun than co-op farming. The competitive, the bale stacking's a blast. On Thursday night I spent almost 90 minutes trying bale stacking, seeing how fast I could get without, instead of recording a video. It's proper addictive, it's good fun. And I rewatched my time because I've recorded it and I'm going to put a little video up of it, and set a challenge for everyone. So it'll be in through Discord and through YouTube, setting up a challenge to see if anyone can beat my time. 1 minute 19.46. And rewatching my video, I reckon there's 3 or 4 seconds in it. I reckon I could get down to 1:15 if everything went right. You were hoping for some spicy emails from Argsy? I mean, if anyone wants a spicy email from Argsy, then welcome to email me and I'll reply. Can always be arranged. Oh, Chinook's joining in. If you change them in any way, it won't work, so keep them the same. Yes, the email addresses and usernames, correct. No reason to flame the winner. Been trying to find this. Search the net to find GPS spawning a 02 in real life Lamar. I don't even know if that's possible. That'd be pretty cool if it was. That's gonna do some. Is that not slow? 16 miles per hour ploughing. Oh, the 1 minute 19. My bale stacking time. I was pretty happy with it. Right. So we'll give a couple more minutes and then we'll get into round number 1. I need to get through this as well because it is Mother's Day today, and I need to help the boys cook Mrs. Argsy some breakfast this morning. So if you're wanting to join in, !R1 will give you a link to the first form that you need to complete as we go through the questions. So go and have a look at that, !R1, and once that is done, I think we'll get into it. There you go, round 1 is back at you. Ollie blogs on YouTube, you've got a GPS system on my. I wonder if it would work on a 02 very well. 02 would be hard to do it on, wouldn't it? Because it uses the old levers. Yes, that's the technical term for it. Peter Sullivan, hi all, trying to watch this and Eurovision. I know what I'd be watching, Peter. I've never watched Eurovision, so I don't know what it's like. But living the life, I'm pleased I rank up there with a international song contest for viewership. Appreciate you, mate. Alright, we'll get to the end of the road, we'll turn around, and then we'll jump into round number 1 of the unofficial, but it is the first ever that I know of, Great Farm Sim quiz. Am I selling it up? Are you excited? Today you learned that Eurovision is still a thing. Tell you what, the number of times that who won Eurovision in such a year comes up in quizzes here in New Zealand is makes it worth knowing the details about it. It's pretty surprising how often there are questions. We've been working on building fields in GE, need this fun break. Nice, mate. Hey, can I know I see it often, I've said it to you personally, Kegs, and in your chat, but can I just say how great your spotlight was this week, honestly. No disrespect to Kermit, but he can be pretty prone to chatting quite a lot. He likes to talk, so I think you did a fantastic job of keeping the focus all about you, mate, and sharing your story and everything like that. And it was it's inspiring. So well done. And keep doing you. Kermit likes bailing or baiting. Right. And it was nice to catch some of your stream too, Kegs, and see a little bit of the map you're building based on Dirt Farmer's Farm. That's pretty cool. So go and check out Kegs' channel if you guys don't already watch it. Anyhow, let us take a look. It is quiz time. I'm just going to turn on my headland mode setting here. Stop. Right. There we go. So I can leave that running, and hopefully it all works out. So last chance, exclamation mark R1. We're going to get straight into the quiz and take a look here at our questions. So, general knowledge, how much do you know about Farming Simulator 22? So these are all questions about FS22. There's 10 of them, so we'll go through. If you've already looked at round 1, you might see exactly what they are. So let's go and have a look. So Farming Simulator, what date was Farming Simulator 22 released? Got the 22nd of October 2021, 22nd of November 2021, 22nd of October 2022, or the 22nd of November 2022. So I can tell you it was released on the 22nd of a month, and that month was either October or November, and the year was either 2021 or 2022. Right. There you go. There's your 4 options. You would have seen them. I'd expect most people to get this one right. Alright, so moving on. FS22 released with 3 maps, which one was originally released in Farming Simulator 19. So we had Hotbeleron, Erlengrat, and Elm Creek are 3 base game maps in Farming Simulator 22. One of those you got to play in FS19. Which one of those was it? The maps are difficult without seeing the picture. I told you that, Dazed. How are you even seeing the maps? I didn't even see anyone put the R2 link in. Cheeky. Right. Moving on. How many copies of Farming Simulator 22 have been sold as of the end of 2022? Now, just a caveat on this because of the question 2. Right, gotcha. Sorry, Dazed. T-Man, jump on the link and answer them in the quiz. Do the link and go through and answer it in there, not in chat. It takes you to a Google Forms link and you'll be able to do it there. Hey Mark Hazer, mate. Did you see my last comment where I said weird? Yes, I did, thank you. I did. Thank you very much, mate. I appreciate that. That was just a little bit of a test map. I hadn't really played on it. It was just something to fill a gap with the stream. So, but I appreciate you letting me know, and it'll help too if anyone else actually comes in and asks the same questions. Hey, no worries, T-Man. No worries whatsoever. That way I can keep score and check how well you did. Just make sure you enter your details, email and everything else in properly. Otherwise, I'll have no knowledge of who it was. Right. Look at that, we did 3 questions in the time it took the player to do 1 row. Chinook joined the server, I don't know what he's done. Anyhow. I thought he did. Right, carrying on. So anyhow, back to my caveat. So some of the questions are probably 6 weeks out of date. Yes, the questions are on the form as well, Mark. They are. But 2 of the rounds are picture rounds, so you won't be able to do it without the pictures. I may look at adding those in later, so if anyone wanted to go through and do it in their own time, I might do that. Or they can watch the stream back and do it at the same time with the stream. So, how many copies of Farming Simulator 22 have been sold as of the end of 2022? Now, this is approximate. My data is based on some information that was released around Christmas or at the release time of Silver Run Forest. I can't remember exactly, but the numbers are pretty broad, so you can take a look there. Pretty impressive, really, when you think about how old the game is. I was going to say how many years it's been out, but that would have given away the answer to question number 1. Right, moving on. So, how many manufacturers are currently represented in Farming Simulator 22? And that was added the 1st of March 2023, so it does exclude Goreville, which came out after that date. So how many manufacturers are currently represented? This blew my mind, actually, when I went through and tallied them up exactly. And I'm sure hopefully you'll appreciate the Elon Musk reference in question and answer number D. Letter D. Answer D. It's probably a little clue that it's not D too, by the way, but I'm not going to give you anything away. Could be D. Right, carrying on. Everyone loves the 3-meter cultivator, and it is synonymous with Farming Simulator 22, whether you love them or loathe them. How many were included in the base game? So, please, if you are playing Farming Simulator while you're watching this, don't go into the shop and look. Like I said, it's fun. There's no prizes. You're only beating yourself if you go and do those kind of things. I've been there to pub quizzes. I know the temptation of Google and whatnot. So, especially when you think you know an answer and you're like, is it him? Am I right? Am I right? And you really want to go and fact check yourself. Anyhow, is there 1, 2, 5, or 10? Question C is different on the forms. What do you mean question C? Answer C? Is it? No, what did I get wrong on that? I was going so well, dazed. Oh well. Probably granted it's not C then either. It might not be C. Right. Question number 6. How many different fill types are there included in the base game? Now, this is when the game first came out, so excluding those added with the Platinum DLC. And when I was talking about fill types, I'm talking about products and things you can sell as well. So, strawberries, cakes, tomatoes, things like that. So, how many of those? So, yeah, the things that were added in with the Platinum DLC, can't remember what they were. Things like iron ore, which came in there. So how many different fill types are there included in the base game? You feel like you should know that off the top of your head. Yes. You should really. You really should. Right. I need to keep moving because we're already almost a quarter of the way through the stream and I haven't even got any far. Ooh, no, not the animals themselves. No, I did this based off the fill types list, I think. The things you could sell. Right, carrying on, because I'm actually just looking at the time. Hey, Bovine, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Question number 7. What is the total area in acres of a full 1x map, which is 2 kilometers by 2 kilometers? So one of the 3 base game maps, for example. How many acres is there in that size? And acres, not hectares. Hey Floyd, how you doing? Good to see you, my friend. Tell Dad to do !R1 and then you can join the quiz as well, mate. You can do it on the tablet or computer or whatever. If you're watching on TV, it's pretty hard, but can we know the hectare values? Well, hectares would have been pretty easy, wouldn't it, Dazed? Luna, you didn't know as much as you thought. Mark, FS19 was my first, or actually FS18 on my phone was the mobile version was actually the first one I played. Right, number 8. How many offices does Giant Software have worldwide? So this is a little bit more of a, not just a Farm Sim 22 question, but it's topical, it's relevant. How many offices does Giant Software have worldwide? 1, 2, 3, or 4? I'll let you dwell on that for a second. I'm going to turn my plough around, which didn't actually stop at the end. Interesting. Thought I set my headland management up to stop. Anyhow. Alright. Oh, Chinook's over harvesting sunflowers. Fair enough. You think you got 1 or 2? Yeah, that one's the one you got right. Right, 9. Who were the overall winners of the Farming Simulator League Season 4 in 2022? Was it New Holland Trelleborg, now the Honengang, Valtra, or Astragon? Not the Logging League, of course, the next greatest thing in esports, but the Farming Simulator League Season 4, so last year's Farming Simulator League overall. Have a think. New Holland, Trelleborg, Valtra, or Astragon. Alright, and we'll wrap into our last question. Question number 10. There are 3 standard game modes. How much money do you have starting in Farm Manager mode? So of course you have Start from Scratch, or what is it? I can't even remember what the 3 names are now. That's a hard question because I don't follow that. Fair enough, Mark. Take a stab at it. Take a stab at it. Like I said, it's New Farmer. Thank you, Yoss. I knew there was another one. So there you go. Question 10. 3 standard game modes. How much money do you have starting in the Farm Manager mode? Welcome to your world. You can't remember the names, just the button orders and their values. So I can't remember much of it, to be honest. Because 9 times out of 10, I can have I do my own setup anyhow. I customize it all so much. I just start and then easy dev a whole lot of stuff. Imagine having a mod out with those 3 modes. Imagine. Alright, there we go. So I'll give you all a couple of minutes to finish that one off. I'm sure you've probably played through with that. If you're only just joining the stream, !R1 will get you a link to the quiz. I am going to tell you this, round 2, which we've got coming up next, is based on images that you will only see on stream. So if you're playing along now, make sure you get in, and even if you answer R2 before R1, I don't think that'll break anything with the spreadsheet. Just as long as you go back and answer R1, it should be fine. But time will tell. Time will tell. Now, let's just have a look here. Yeah, I'm impressed. What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 responses. Nicely done, team. I must say I'm a little bit surprised at some of those. Can you check what username you put down? Your username was Dazed-Williamson Agriculture. And we're crashing because I'm not looking at that screen. Right. I'll have a proper look in a sec, Legion. I don't, at the moment it's not, but I think that's because I deleted the first 3 responses we'd already done and it's automatically put them in at the 4th. So I think I'm just going to go through and delete those lines and see if that fixes it. There we go. Get rid of those. I delete those rows. Let's see if that is going to update our summary. Not yet. No, but I might have broken it too. It's entirely possible that I did go through and break it. was all working yesterday. I wonder why it wouldn't work. Typical. This is typical, isn't it? If you want to jump in and have a quick look, if you've got 2 minutes just to see where the links aren't working. Otherwise we'll just have to go through. I mean, I can look at it now and tell people their scores. Or people would have seen their scores anyhow. Would have seen their scores anyhow, but there we go. If I need to go through and do it later and do a bit of a response, that's fine as well. Right. 32 watching, 26 likes, quick click. Oh, thank you, Mike. How you doing, man? I did see your name on the list there, having entered. Hey Tim, how you doing? I came here for the relaxing, entertaining, goofing off and joking around and lurking. All I have had to do is think, this stream is horrible. Oh, I'm sorry Tim, I'm sorry. Participation is optional. But encouraged, but encouraged. A few minutes just, yeah, all good mate, all good. We don't need to look at it straight away anyhow. We can jump into round 2 and I'll answer the questions, and maybe we'll look at the end of the round 1 answers. So, like I said, we'll get to the end of this row. I'm going to see why my headland management's not on. Headland mode should be set to stop, but it's not working. Let's make this bigger. Let's make that 50 and see if that does it. And then we can carry on. Some of you had to guess that, Karen. Ah, that's the joys of a pub quiz, isn't it? At least you're not having to write down the answers without knowing what the question is. At least it's multiple choice. Hey Mark, how you doing mate? Good to see you. Getting ready to head out for a beautiful day's drive in the Camaro. Been working too much lately. Good on you, Tim. You got to take that time and get out into some fresh air every now and then, don't you? No. I don't know why it's not working. Strange. Anyhow. Oh, it did work then, did it? Now I can't do anything. Has the server gone? Yeah, Chinook's not doing anything. Oh no. Oh no. This was cotton that had been harvested. I've lost connection to the game. Oh, well, I'll let that reconnect and we'll get into round number 2 then. Server has gone splat. Not having much. It's been good, it's just me dazed. Everyone else is fine. It's just when I'm on it. Let's see if I can reconnect. Wait and see what happens. Right, while that is doing that, shall we jump in to round number 2? So round number 2, this is based purely on maps from the mod hub. All of them are available on mod hub. I expect there's probably going to be quite a bit of guessing on this. I've tried to keep the answers, what should I say? Not too easy, not too easy. I think you'll know a lot, and you'll know some of them. Some of them are quite obvious, some of them are a little bit hard, but anyhow, server does that from time to time. That's right. It's been a long-running server day, so I'm not surprised. Right, let's go and have a look. Question 11. First one in here. So, take a look at the image. Have a look on the right. There is 4 maps, all available on Mod Hub, that you can choose from. And you have to have a look there. So East Finland, New Jersey, Backrose County, American Farmlands, or Eastern North Carolina, USA. That is map number 1 for round 2. See, so, oh, sorry if someone has dazed. Thank you! Exclamation mark round 2 there to get the link for the round 2 questions. Answerable. Have a look there. This is where only playing UK maps bites me. Oh, mate, you might see an image here, you might see a screenshot and go, gosh, that map looks lovely, I'm going to give that one a whirl. No answers in chat, please. That's right, Yoss, indeed. No answers in chat. You've only played on 2 of them. Oh, well, this is going to be interesting then, isn't it? This could separate the hardcore knowledgeable players with the others. Right, question number 12. Is this Griffin, Indiana, Iowa Plains View, Michigan Farms map, or Edgewater, Sask? So Griffin, Indiana, Iowa Plains, Michigan, or Edgewater? Whereabouts is this one? Perhaps you need to watch more of my map tours, Bondaman. Even that'd give some of them away. Oh, no connection to the game. Let's try and sort that out in the background. Hey, Admiral Crafty, how you doing? Caught a wild Argsy live on YouTube. You have indeed. You have indeed. Simulator YouTube. Nice to see you. Good to have you here. Gosh, I've got a complete black screen on Farm Sim at the moment. That's right. We'll carry on with the quiz. Good thing we've got something else to do today. Multiple choice like don't fail within now. So here's the question, Karim, is your multiple choice like going B, 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 B every time, or do you do something different? For those of you just joining, if you want to jump in and join in the quiz, this is the first round. It's got pictures. Oh, it's the second round, sorry, but it's got pictures. You can go back and do the first round because all the questions are on the form, but they're not. The images here aren't on the form for this one. So jump in quick. Exclamation mark R1 or exclamation mark round 2. We are exclamation mark R2 will give you the form to enter on. Right, question 13. 4 maps there actually are all very similar with the kind of start from scratch style, but is this Western Wilds, Calmlands, No Man's Land, or Hinterland? Which one is this? You're still on the server, Chinook? Interesting. So it's surprising. Honestly, this is what my farm sim looks like at the moment. If we hide the slides, that's all I've got. I've never had a complete black screen before. We will shut that down and try and start it all up again. Right. Question 14. Well, this looks like an Eastern European map, and you've got 4 Eastern European answers there. Where was this one? Is this Was Nice? I don't know if it was nice. Osada, Mazozani, or Colonia? Was Nice, Osada, Mazozani, or Colonia? Go slower, please. Your PC can't load all the maps fast enough. Well, here's the thing, Dan. These are all on Mod Hub, and these are all thumbnails from the map maker's screen. So if you were really wanting to cheat and went through the Mod Hub, you could go and find those 4 maps and see which one had the thumbnail. So there's ways. Maybe this one you're better at, T-Man. Your memory's too poor to play along. Oh, all good, Admiral. All good. Play along without playing along. Cheers, Tim. Have a good one. Have a nice drive, mate. Go and enjoy it. Get out there and have fun. Great questions, Tim. Are challenging and fun. I hope so. I hope so. It's good fun. You don't play many European maps, T-Man. I'll pick one. You're going to guess the most Polish name, Dan. Good strategy. I like it. Yeah, said some. Have a good one. Have a good one. Right, 15. Where are we here? We've got a couple of repeat names in this one. Ohio Richlands, Edgewater, Saskatchewan, Griffin, Indiana, or Spruce Mountain Farms. So it is one of those 4 maps. Ohio Richlands, Edgewater, Sask, Griffin, Indiana, or Spruce Mountain Farms. Let me know. Or don't let me know, but get your answer in on the form. And we'll keep going because we've got 3 more rounds and we're running through time pretty quick. Simulator YouTube, stop answering in chat. So your answers need to go on the form. Your answers need to go on the form. Exclamation mark R2 would get you the form to join in. It's a Google Docs form or Google form. You can have a look. Right. Question 16. You're pretty sure it's either A, B, C, or D. Well done, Admiral Crafty. Well done. You are correct. Question. Right. Alright, sorry Similarity YouTube, I'm timing out for a bit because others don't want to know the answers, okay? If you think you know which one it is, you need to do it on the form. But we don't want to be sowing any ideas into people's minds. Do it on the form and you enter it that way. Right, question 16. Is this Riverside 22, Maypole Farm, Riverview, or Greenlands? I always thought this would be the harder one to do for people to do. Now let me see, has my game started up and can we get back on that server? Let's have a look. Hey Nismo, how you doing, dude? Good to see you. Not even finding the server now. Probably my connection. Anyhow, let's carry on. 17. Looks like a forestry map, which is why there's 4 forestry map options there. So, question 17. Where are we here? Is this Umbrian Valley, Wilhelmina 22, Wild River Forest, or Holmakra 22? Hey Nismo, how you doing? Nice to see you. Yes, no guesses in chat. No guesses in chat. And yeah, T-Man, thank you. Click on the link that Nightbot's put out, !R2. You'll find out. You're not able to find the server either, Karen. Interesting. Yeah, Chinook's still on it, which is weird. I think he's hacked it. You think it's T? Mark. You'll get timed out too. As a content creator, this is a bit too easy. I tell you what, Kegs, I don't think I'd know half of these. I don't think I'd know half of these if I was doing it without looking. Someone else had set them up, I don't think I could answer them. Right, 18. Where are we here? Are we looking at Old Kiwi Farm, Southern Cross Station, Western Australia, or Bakuri Farm 2K22? You played on the whole Macro 22. I haven't played on it yet. I played on it in 19 and enjoyed that map. It was good fun. Chinook's kicked me, he's just not told me. I have no clue option. I like that one, Dan. That should be a thing, shouldn't it? Why is that not working? Things are proper broken. Right. Still no server. 2K22 sounds like a sports game. It does, I agree. Photographic memory kegs. It'll serve you well in life. Right, 2 more to go. 19. Question 19. Where are we here? Are we Hobos Hollow, Goldcrest Valley 22, Stone Valley 22, or Frankenmuth farming map? Sounds like a sports ball game, I know, right? EA Sports. It's in the game. And our very last one. Question 20. Superbic Valley, Calmsden Farm, Bourneheath, or New Park Farm? Where are we here? You're just joining now. EA Games, it's in the DLC. I still can't see the server details. Just leave that sitting there. Anyhow, next one, we're going through the answers for question number, first round after this. So, is there any, I can go back through those because they're photo ones. If anyone needs to quickly go back through and have a look at the images, I can quickly tab through those in the next minute, let me know. Leaving chat now, but yeah. Yep, so if there's anything you want, help me out. I can tab back through if there's a question. Multiple choice nucks, not with you. Dan might have gotten one right. Mark sent through the second round questions. Nice. Nice. All right. Nothing else to look at? Yeah, still no server for me. All right, 33% baby crushing it. Nice one, Mike. Right, let's go through the answers for round number 1. So, what date was Farming Simulator 22 released? Of course, it was on the 22nd of November, 2021. Show the middle one again. What's the middle one? There's 10, Dan. You flanked, you got 2 right, T-Man. I can't believe how hard I made that one. So question 1, what date was Farming Simulator 22 released? It was the 22nd November 2021. Alright, question 2. FS22 released with 3 maps. Which one was originally released in Farming Simulator 19? It was, of course, the Swiss mountains of Erlengrad. You changed 2 right answers. You never change your answers, Dazed. What's the first rule of quizzing? Never ever change your answer. Oh, funny. Right. Question 3. How many copies of Farming Simulator 22 have been sold as of the end of 2022? So 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million. It was on one of their releases, I think around Christmas, 4 million. At the release of the Platinum Edition. There you go. I did say in the answer. Remember that date because it started the download before Thanksgiving dinner, it finished after. Well, that's something to be thankful for, wasn't it? Right, this is the one that really blew my mind. How many manufacturers are currently represented in Farming Simulator 22 as at the 1st of March 2023? Of course, it's gone up by 1 with the Goreville DLC. But there is 169. Now, how many people didn't answer that because I put in 420 as well? I just thought the number was just inappropriate. But have a look there. That list. 2, 4, 6, 7 across, and there's what, something like 25 lines or something like that. So it's a pretty big list. Probably a little bit not misleading, but it's got things like some of the bags and things like that as well, the fertilizer bags, and you know, Pioneer's in there as a seed manufacturer and some of those kind of things. Of course, Lizard's in there as well, so you could argue whether they're a manufacturer or not, but pretty impressive list of brands represented in game, which is pretty cool. Right, the 3 meter, and this one here, how many did this one catch out as well? The 3 meter cultivator synonymous with FS20, how many were included in the base game? There is only 1 3 meter cultivator. You got the first 2 right, Bovon. So there's some 3 meter disc harrows. There's some 3 meter power harrows, there's some 3 meter subsoilers, but actual cultivators, there is only 1. Right, question 6, how many different field types are there included in the base game? Again, 57 there. So if you go and have a look through your sale points and look at everything, I think I counted 57, so pretty close. Pretty impressive number too when you think about what different options there are for field types and that. And Yoss is going to disagree with me on this. Quizmaster, you can fight me for it at FarmCon. What's the total area in acres of a full 1x map? Of course, what is it in? It's 400 hectares, and there's 2.2 acres to a hectare, so that is 988 acres. .988 acres. You've never scrolled below silage. Well, that makes it a bit hard to answer that one, doesn't it? Right, how many offices does Giant Software have worldwide? 1, 2, 3, or 4? It's now 4. Of course, with the opening of the USA office recently, Switzerland, Germany, the Czech Republic, which is one a lot of people don't actually know about, but I think they do a lot of their 3D modeling out of there, and USA. .217 kilometer. Oh, 217 square. 200. I can't talk. We'll carry on. You scroll a cake and then get hungry. Asked Alexa on the average. Goodness. You thought Swiss and German was 1. It's the USA office now. It's Kermit's house. No, they actually have an office in Chicago. You've broken me. Kegs broke me. That's it. All right. Who were the overall winners of the Farming Simulator League Season 4 in 2022? Of course, the 3 times champions or 4 times champions, Trelleborg. And they beat New Holland 3-1 in the final. So they are now, of course, they've renamed. They're the Honing Gang or the Honey Gang or something like that. So that is who won Season 4. Be interesting to see with Farming Simulator League. I'm assuming going to be moving to Farming Simulator 22, and looks like some changes coming with it. What happens this year? And final question, 3 standard game modes. How much money do you have starting in Farm Manager mode? You have $1.5 million all up. When's the next break? You need to chuck a child up the stairs. You go and sort that out, Dazed. We are about to jump into round number 3, but I'll give you a couple of minutes. You sort yourself out. Let me know when you're back, and we'll do that. I'm going to try and sort this game out. So there we go. That is round number 1 answers for you. Now, round 3, we're going to go through Farming Simulator through the years. So this is looking back at the history of Farming Simulator in some respects, right back to the first ever game. Exclamation mark around exclamation R3 in quiz in the chat. And we'll get things sorted, right? And let's see if I can get back on this server or not while we're doing this. If you're just joining, you do need to start from round 1. Do we? You did so bad, Keeks. Let's have a look. I can tell you, oh, you're a star. Legion's been in here fixing things for me. But actually, the best result from round number 1, I can say, was Deceptive Pikachu with 8 out of 10. That's pretty impressive. Yoss was 7 out of 10. He was second best. And then the next closest was 5. There's 3 or 4 people on 5. Lots of 2s and 3s. Lots of 2s, 3s, 4s and 5s from round number 1. So very interesting. It's also interesting what round number 2 is, but we'll get to that very soon. Right, I can see the server there. Go and get logged in. Oh, Detective Pikachu didn't do round 2. Maybe they haven't submitted the answers. You're back. Nice, Dazed. Right, well, while the server's logging in, let's carry things moving because we're almost halfway through the stream, so we need to be halfway through our rounds, which is round number 3. Give you 30 seconds. Yeah, all right. We'll take a pause. In fact, I'll wait. Let me think about timing here. I'll give you 2 minutes. Give you 2 minutes. Should be fixed. All right, and this, if people haven't entered the round to number 2, then that's not going to work, is it? Sweet. All right. So I can show you these then. I'll show you some scores. Oh, that's not hidden though. I don't need to have that hidden, do I? Hide it anyhow, just in case. Hide that column. I did break it. Thank you, Legion. Thank you. Right. Let's have a look. There you go. There are your scores. Not in any particular order, and you can see round 2 scores, but Deceptive Pikachu there on 8. Yoss Modding down there on 7. You can see all the rest, 5s. And things like that. So after 2 rounds actually, and you can jump forward there round 2, Yoss is actually winning on 12. Oh, Dan's just come through. He's on 12 as well. Kigarino there on 10. Dan L58 on 8. Peter Sullivan's got 8 as well through 2 rounds. So we'll keep an eye there as things come and go. Right. Thank you very much, Legion. Appreciate you, mate. Thanks for doing that. Right. Let's have a look. Server's still loading. So we'll give another minute. Exclamation mark R3 for the rounds, for the next round of questions. You're too busy fixing spreadsheets. I'm sorry, Legion. I shouldn't have deleted those rows. Is that what I did? Is that what broke it? You'll take 7. You can't even type the name right with your broken keyboard. Oh, that's actually a good point. I wonder, is there anyone... yours has come through. There could be people who haven't been able to do it properly because of typing things wrong. That's right. I'm sure we'll get there. We'll get there. Right. You got the map you played a bunch wrong. Which one was that, Keeks? You've achieved your goal of being average. I like it. I like it. Right. If everyone is ready to go, we are going to jump into round 3. Exclamation mark R3 to answer those ones. It's a fact, just you're not stupid, teammate. You're not stupid at all. I'm actually. I thought I'd made these quite simple. I obviously made them a bit harder than I had. So as Legend said, you do have to have answered round 1 to be able to be included in the spreadsheet. You can still answer the rounds. Oh, you said Southern Cross. Haha. I deliberately did that one to try and catch people out, Kegs. It did look very Southern Crossy. It was a very deliberate choice of screenshot there. I did think that might have caught a few people out. You can still answer the questions. It just won't tally through on the spreadsheet, so we can still have a look at scores and things like that. So don't think deleting the rows broke it, right? So don't think you can't participate just because you didn't do the first round. You can still do it. It just won't work on the spreadsheet. That's all. Right, server's up. Let's just jump back in here. Go and find our tractor up here. Oh, we backed up a whole lot. Right, get turned around and we'll carry on doing some play on. It's something a whole lot bigger than that. Oh, I thought I'd broken it again. So did I catch you out on the Southern Cross one as well? Dan, I'm sorry. Alright, let's just set this all up again. And then we'll be into it. Okay. Alright. We're underway. So let us bring this back up. You'll be back in 10 minutes, Legion. You should be able to catch up on this round because it's if you're wanting to still play. How do I ask a question about question 28 without possibly giving the answer away? As this one depends on the nuance of the question. If you catch my drift, oh, I have to have a look. I'll look when we get to question 28, Dazed. Right. So, Farming Simulator through the years. How much do you know about the history of the Farming Simulator franchise? So, question number 1. What year was the first Farming Simulator game released? 2004, 2006, 2008, or 2010? What year was the first game released? Might relate to some later questions too, but have a think about that. Hey Scooter, how you doing? You missed it. All good, mate, all good. You can still join in, exclamation mark R3. It just will make it very difficult for you to be counted in the totals with the scores for the other rounds, but you could go back and do those later if you wanted to. But if you still wanted to join in from here on, doesn't matter. It's just a bit of fun. There's no prizes or anything like that up for grabs, so if you want to participate, you still can. No answers in chat or guesses. Indeed, thank you, Yos. I've had one timeout because of that. Right, question 22. In which version of Farming Simulator did John Deere first appear? Were they in Farming Simulator 15, FS17, FS19, or FS22? Well, I can tell you that they're in FS22 because I'm driving one at the moment. So you can rule out. Well, you can't or might not rule out D. You just be guaranteed that it's definitely in D. So which version of Farming Simulator did John Deere first appear in? Alright, we'll keep moving. Question 23. How many base crop games were there in Farming Simulator 15? Base game crops. Probably a little bit of a silly wording there, but how many crops were there in the base game? Farming Simulator 19. Was there 5, 7, 9, or 11? No, just base game, no mods or anything like that. How many did Giants put in the game when it first released? It was too difficult to go through and figure out mod info and things like that. Yeah, the wording just threw me in a loop a little bit too, T-Man. What was my English trying to ask you there? Alright, just turning the play around. Back on another row. Right. Question 24. What was the first mobile version of Farming Simulator? And when I mean mobile version, which was released on a mobile operating system, Android, Apple, those kind of things. Was this Farming Simulator 2012, 14, 16, or 18? Before your time, and I can't even remember base crops counts in 22. That's just all part of the learning. It's actually interesting. You think back then, there was potentially 11 crops in FS15. What are we up to now? What did I say? There's 57 field types in 22. That's developed a long way. But question 24, what was the first mobile version of Farming Simulator? 2012, 14, 16, or 18? All right. Question 25. What was the cover tractor of Farming Simulator 2011? So what brand was on the cover of Farming Simulator 2011? Was it New Holland, Valtra, Deutz-Fahr, or Case? Just having a look on the cover of the FS22 Collector's Edition. It's got a case on it. So New Holland, Valtra, Deutz-Fahr, or Case for Farming Simulator 2011. What was on the cover? All right, question number 26. And we're just over halfway. 25 was halfway through the quiz. So question 26. In which version were animals first included in Farming Simulator? So which version of Farming Simulator first had animals? Was it 2009, 2011, 2013, or 15? Trying some psych on us there. Deutz on C and Case on D. Yeah, just mixing things up for you, Mike. Trying to keep it interesting. But yes, animals were first included in Farming Simulator in 2009, 2011, 2013, or FS15. Right, question 27. Before FS22, what was the last Farm Sim game to include collectibles in the base game? Was that in 2013? Was it in Farming Simulator 15, Farming Simulator 17, or FS19? Having collectibles, and they had to be in base game maps. I know that there's been mod maps which have included collectibles of sorts. So base game maps that had collectibles in it. Which one last had those before FS22? Right, I'm going to have a look at Dave's question now. Question 28. How many other games has Giants Software published other than Farming Simulator? So Giants have published some games other well, I've just given away partly. Giants have published games other than Farming Simulator. How many of them are there? And when I say that, it doesn't include, if they did a platinum version of a game, I've counted that as one. So FS19 and FS19 Platinum Edition, I'd count that as one game. So if you're trying to figure that out based on what you know they've published, have a look. Have a think. So none, 1, 2, or 3. I think I've just said it's not none, so 1, 2, or 3. Self-published though. Oh, okay. Made then. How many games have Giants released? I don't know. Developed. Should I have said developed? Taste. All right. Question 29. When did the Farming Simulator League start? In 2016, 2017, 2018, or 2019? So when was the first ever Farming Simulator League? When did esports become part of Farming Simulator? And can I just say, we talked before about the bale stacking, how cool it is that that they have the esports built into the game now, not a separate client. That's pretty cool. None is the correct answer. You've learned that you're very bad at this, you got one right. Oh my goodness, Admiral Crafty. Alright, and the very final question, very topical because it is 6 weeks today till I leave New Zealand and head on our trip to FarmCon. But when was the first ever FarmCon held? 2016, 2017, 2018 or 2019? First ever FarmCon. Giants FarmCon. I better clarify this because there is actually a FarmCon conference thing that's held in the States, which is a proper farming one, not virtual farming. So when was the first ever FarmCon held? 2016, 2017, 2018 or 2019? And there we go. So that is round to number 3 done and dusted. You only know the answer about collectibles from whining about them. The whining about collectibles on the dev forums. Admiral Crafty, looks like I need to head out. Just got a call that I need to go pick someone up from work. Have a great day. Thanks for hanging out, Admiral Crafty. Nice to have you here. Sorry you can't hang around and see the rest of the quiz, but of course you can always catch the stream later, watch replay and catch the rest of the questions. Play along in your own time. You still argue you should get half a point for 28. If it makes you sleep better days, I'll give you half a point for 28. I'll dock you half a point somewhere else. Very awesome bale stack was fun. Thanks, Geeks. Can't believe how well you did considering the lag. I had to be incredibly patient, I'll tell you that. It was interesting actually watching everyone's different techniques. So I was saying before, Kegs, I'm gonna drop a video that's got my 1 minute 19 time in it. It is so much easier doing it on a local connection, not having lag. But I'll drop a video on that and set a bit of a challenge for people to try and beat in their own time. Then maybe we'll have a an online stream challenge at some stage. I was actually talking to Dave from G-Portal the other day about doing a G-Portal Partners challenge, so we might shape it around that as well. Right, let's carry on. Let's carry on because Mrs. Argsy will be home for Mother's Day lunch soon and we need to keep going. Alright, we are halfway through the slides though, which is good. You did some playing around after as well. Right, what map is that? Can you pick the map based on the screenshot? Right, question number 11. Where was this? East Vineland, Backroads County, American Farmlands, or Eastern North Carolina? This was, of course, Backroads County by the FSG modding team. A beautiful map too, actually, if you haven't played on this one. Well worth looking at. Maybe tag it onto the Logging League. We could do Legion Logging Leagues. The Logging League streams and that are getting too long as it is. Hey Mark, how you doing? Nice to see you. Eurovision to catch up on. I don't have anything to catch up on. I couldn't care less about Eurovision, to be perfectly honest. Alright, question 11 was Backroads County. Canadian inspired. Beautiful map. Very nice looking. Right, question 12. Griffin, Indiana, Iowa Plains, Michigan Farms, or Edgewater Sask. This was, of course, Griffin, Indiana by AJ Farmer. Very beautiful map. I really enjoyed playing on this. It's nice to be able to play it, and obviously big thanks to AJ who let me have a first look at it and do some videos on it. It's very good. Right, 13. One of those start from scratch maps. Western Wilds, Calmlands, No Man's Land or Hinterland was of course a recently released Hinterland by Omatana. So I think she did a great job on this one. Kind of a good balance between a start from scratch, create a map, lots of forestry around, but also lots of other options for things too. A predefined field and whatnot. So very cool. Question 14. Now I thought this one might throw on a few people, just because, like I say, a lot of people don't play the European maps. And I thought after doing my series on Osada, it did look very similar, but it's actually from the same creator of Osada, Rajot G-Play, but this is a map called Colonia. No worries, T-Man. Have a good one, mate. Thanks for hanging out with us. We will catch you again sometime soon, man. Good to see you. So Colonia there by Rajot G Play. Does great looking maps actually. Detail on them is fantastic. Question 15. Where are we here? Ohio, Edgewater, Griffin, or Spruce Mountain Farms? Well, we're not in Griffin because that was one of the early answers. This is of course, Ohio Richlands by Julian F. Modding. So many maps. Actually, going through doing this, it showed me how many maps there are out there that I haven't even touched. You fooled me with the Alien Gym copyrighted island at the start. And that's not a Polish name. I'm sorry, Dan. Sorry. Too easy, Kegs. Too easy. Right, question 16. Riverside, Maypole, Riverview, or Greenlands? This is Riverview Farm, and this was by Cavalier Roy. We had this on the map directory very early on. He had released it for PC only before it got through the mod hub, and it was available for consoles as well. 17. Our forestry map. Umbrian Valley, Wilhelmina, Wild River, or Holmarkra? This was Wilhelmina. Wilhelmina 22, and Wilhelmina 22 was quite changed from Wilhelmina in FS19 if I remember correctly. Where is the river in Wilhelmina? There's some water through the background. There it is, Wilhelmina 22. 18. Now I know this one caught Kegs out, and I deliberately did this because it does look a lot like Southern Cross Station. It's not Old Kiwi Farm, it's not Bakuri Farm 2K22. It is, of course, Western Australia by Farmer Bob. This was the 2X version that was released, available for consoles. The never change your answer on a quiz rule hits. There we go. Gotcha. Right, 2 more to go. Question 19. Where is this one? Hobos Hollow, Goldcrest Valley, Stone Valley, or Frankenmuth? This is, of course, Lancey Boys, Stone Valley. Looking forward to American Falls. If you're not following Lancey Boy and what he's doing on American Falls, you should get in there because he's doing a fantastic job. Yeah, mate, T-Man, pleasure to have you, mate. We'll see you again soon. Last time you followed me on a map. But yeah, American Falls, he's doing all his own models and everything. It's going to be a beautiful map. And last but not least, this was released relatively recently. Daggerwin's just started a series on it. I did something, this is one of the first maps I played in FS19 actually. The second map I used for a time-lapse series. Purbeck Valley, Harmston Farm, Bourne Heath or New Park Farm. This is Purbeck Valley by MS Modding. This is the main dairy farm up the hill. Spent a lot of time here. It's a nice farm actually. Very tight, but very cool. So there we go. Right. Let's have a look, see what's happening with our tractor in the background. It's stuck on a tree, as I suspected it would be. But we will jump into round number 4 momentarily. It is a picture round. You are going to be naming that tractor from the image. And hopefully I've made them challenging enough, but this is one I should expect most people should get a good score on. Purbeck is a cool map. I agree, Keeks, I agree. So we'll have a look at that in just a minute. Let's have a look through here at some scores. We'll bring that up. Have a look at your scores. So there we go. For those who've made it through 3 rounds, Yoss sitting there on 17, leading the pack from Mike, 15, Kegarino's on 15, Dan sitting there on 14, Peter 13, Dan Siegel on 12. T-Man was consistent with his 2 in each round. It's impressive. And then most others haven't actually carried on. So you stalwarts who have given an answer for every round, appreciate you. Thank you very much. Just going to have a quick look on this. No, I'm not, because that gives away what I didn't want it to. Apologies, because I hadn't hidden things. Sorry there, team. I was just going to have a look. Mike and Farmer Hamish both got 7 on that one. That was round 3, which we haven't looked at the answers for yet, so we won't worry about that. What are we doing? Right. Pressing buttons I'm not meant to press. This is where you lose your streak, Yoss. There's a question asking, who's that great looking guy with facial hair? What great looking guy with facial hair? Don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you're talking about your person, your character in Farming Simulator. I know. Farming Simulator geoguessing on the base game maps. Oh, I can tell. There's going to be 4 Montana maps coming out of the next wee while. Is there really, Kegs? That's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. Right, we'll get into round 4 when I get this tractor turned around. So round 4, like I said, picture images, pictures of tractors, and you need to guess which one it is. Question 40 has option 1, 2, 3 as answers, by the way. Does it? That's not good. That's not good at all. I'll have a quick look at that. I'll run down here and see if we can answer it. Don't be so cheap, you got 12 million. So do you know what we've actually got if you're really looking at Dan? We've potentially got 117 million if we actually go through and sell everything. All our 10 million litre challenges. So we've actually got a lot more than we bargained for. So question 4. Question 40. Right, let's just see if I can update that form and whether it's going to break things. Or not. Round 4. Oh, I see. You might be able to get that one right then, eh? If anyone's gone that far forward, I'd expect you to all get question 4 right. Right. There we go. Hopefully it's fixed. Thank you, Yoss. Right. Alright, let's jump into round number 4 then. Bring up the slides. Yeah, the slides do have the options on them, but you might figure out that because the one that I had written down wasn't there. Anyhow, name the tractor. Can you pick the make and model of the equipment from the image? They are all tractors. They are all in FS22. They are all base game. There's no mods or anything here, so we'll go and have a look. Alright, so this is your first image. They are pixelated. They are a part of the tractor. You will get to see the whole thing when we're finished and figure things out. But exclamation mark R4 for this round, Dan. So what is this? Is it a Lintrack 130, the Steyr 8150, Zetor Forterra HSX, or the Massey Ferguson 3670? Easier than you thought, Dazed. You reckon? Have I given you too much detail? It seemed it's funny because I thought a lot of the other ones were easy, but anyhow, there we go. So, question 32. What are we looking at here? We have either a Fendt 900 Vario, the Class Axion 870-800, a Deutz Fast Series 8, or the Fendt 1100 Vario MT. What tractor are we looking at? I don't want to make it too. I didn't want to make it too easy, but I also didn't want to make it too hard. Tractor wrapped around trees. Is it a Kaysen? Ah, Dan, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm sure Mrs. Argsy will appreciate that too. And Dan, you'll also be pleased to hear I am going in to see an embroidery company here in town next week and having a look at getting some hats made locally. So there'll be one with your name on it. What if you're colourblind? Can you see the shapes, Dan? I hope you're not colourblind. Curves and angles, that's it, Days. Maybe I should, in fact, now that you said that, Dan, or maybe I should have made them black and white and taken the colour out of them. The colour almost gives it away, in my opinion. Look at the logo. I thought the colour made it, that's why I tried to make it, when I didn't have them pixelated, it made it even easier. Right, question 33. JCB Fast Track 4220, the Challenger MT700, the John Deere 6R, or the Bura 6105? Which one are you looking at? JCB Fast Track, the Challenger MT, John Deere 6R, or the Bura 6105? How you been, Thomas? Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Farmer Hamish, I saw your name in the entries there. Hope you're doing well, good. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing good. Well, good, well. Needs more pixelating, to be honest, or do it Pokemon style with just the outline. Mark, stop commenting on anything that could be a hint or a tip or anything like that. No guessing in chat. No hints or tips or anything like that in chat. We'll move on. Question 34. What tractor is this? A McCormick X7VT, a Massey Ferguson MF6700S, a Zetor Crystal HD, or a Case Magnum AFS? No, Dan, there's no other pictures on the question form. This is it. Working in the background. Nice. Right, question 35. What tractor is this one? Is this a Fendt 300 Vario, a Class Arion 6600 610, the Izeki TJV 985, or a Valtra G Series? Are they getting easier? Miss 33. Oh, kegs will go back very quickly. There you go. There's 33. JCB Fast Track, the Challenger MT700, John Deere 6R, or the Bura 6105? Right, question 35 we just did. The Fendt 300, Class Arion, Izeki TJV, or the Valtra G Series? Right, question 36. This one's a John Deere, in case you're wondering. But which John Deere is it? Is it the 7R, the 8RX, a 6R, or the 9RT? This will be for those who really pay attention to details of pixelated images of tractors. You'll be screwed on the next question since you're solely relying on colour. Oh no, this one's tricky. Nice. How do you know you're going to be screwed on the next question? I can't even remember what they are. See, this is the fun part, Dan. I did these questions a couple of weeks ago and I can't remember exactly what they are, so I'm intrigued. Alright, question 37. What is this? The Valtra T Series, the Fendt 700 Vario, Deutz Fahr 8 Series, or the Class Accent 960 930 TerraTrack? Oh, you're talking about the John Deere. Gotcha. You were talking about the John Deere one about colour. So what one's this? The Valtra, the Fendt, the Deutz, or the Class? All the new gen cabs are the same, so it's basically a guess. I don't know what you're talking about. But about how many of the new gen tractors are in FS22? I'm trying to remember now. I'm trying to remember if they all look the same or not. These are too easy. Well, see, it's funny you say that, Mark, because I thought some of the earlier questions were too easy, and then I saw the scores. I actually had made them a lot tougher than I thought, but I suppose I had to do a lot of research for them, so I guess it makes those mirrors, though. That's what I thought too, Hamish. This one's easy. Yeah. Alright, question 38. What tractor are we looking at here? A McCormick X8, the Case, Quadtrac is almost the same as being Cason. the Case Quadtrack, a versatile four-wheel drive, or the Rostelmash RSM 2375? Question 38. McCormick, Case, Versatile, or Rostelmash? Alright, 2 more to go. Question 39. What tractor is this one? Landini Rex 4GT, the New Holland TK 4.8, an Izeki TJV 985, or the Valtra N series? And our last, this is getting tricky now, Kegs. Good. And our very last tractor we're looking at. What one is this? The Deutz Fast Series 7, a Fendt 1000 Vario, the Class Xerion 5000, or a John Deere 9R? What are we looking at there? Alright. Everyone happy with all of those? None we need to go back and look at? Freebie. Brett, don't answer in chat. Don't answer in chat. You'll get fired. You have options 1, 2, 3, or 9R. I've updated it, but I might have updated it after you guys have opened it, so it might not update. Hamish. So that is a freebie, I think. But yes, Brett, if you want to answer the questions, if you want to join in, there is some forms you can answer the questions on. So jump in and grab those. For next time I do this, I'll certainly be putting a little prompt on each slide to say don't answer them in chat, please. Yeah, all good, Brett. All good, mate. All good. You got 2 wrong. Feel ashamed. Oh, Hamish. 9. Did better this time round, and Yoss did better than expected. Good work, gentlemen. I like it. Right, let's carry on. We've got half an hour to get through. 1 more round and 2 rounds of questions. 2 rounds of answers. So we will have a look here at the answers for round 3, Farming Simulator Through the Years. A game with the rule breaking self-doubt sucks. Triggered by having 1 wrong, Hamish. I bet you it was the John Deere one too, was it? Got him. Got them all right, you reckon, Mark? Good job, good job. Right, what year was the first Farming Simulator game released? 2004, 2006, 2008, or 2010? It was 2008. Farming Simulator 2008. So what are we? 15 years. In fact, haven't they just celebrated 15 years of Farm Sim or 15 years of Giants? So you should have got that. I think they were putting posts up about that recently. Oh, 39, Hamish. Oh, the little yeah, gotcha. Alright, question 22. When was John Deere first included in Farming Simulator? When did it first appear in FS? That would have been FS 19. Very recently. It was the brand everyone wanted. And they finally managed to lock it down. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, there's round 5, so get ready for that. That is coming up very, very soon. It's all about DLC, round 5. The one with too much plastic for a proper one. I thought that one might get a few people. Made it look bigger than it probably is. Right, question 23. How many base game crops or crops in the base game in Farming Simulator? 15. So when FS 15 came out, how many crops were in the base game? That is the worstly worded question I've written out of all of them, which isn't bad considering there's 50. But there was 7. So grass, barley, canola, corn, wheat, potato, and sugar beets. So you can see there how many different crops have been added across the course of the game versions, even since 15. So what if there's only 17, 19, and 22? So it's increased exponentially in that time. Alright, my tractor's crashed again. I'm just going to go turn that around. Wish the headland mode was working on this. It's frustrating it's not. We're going to head over the other side of the field where we've got onto some shorter passes, so it's getting done too quickly. So we'll move it over the other side and then we'll carry on again. But yes, what was the first mobile version of Farming Simulator? Was it FS 2012, FS 14, FS 16, or FS 18? So, which one was it? It was, of course, Farming Simulator 2012. So they have been on mobile for 10 years, or 11 years this year. So they certainly made the move from it very quickly. And of course, we're only 9 days, a week and a half away from FS 23 releasing on mobile and Nintendo. So not very far away at all. Right. Farming Simulator 2011. What was the cover tractor on the Farming Simulator 2011? Was it New Holland? Was it Valtra? Was it Deutz Fahr? Or was it Case? And this is the one Mike said I had the Deutz Fahr for C and the Case for D, which was a bit tricky. And I make no apologies for it. But it was indeed a Deutz Fahr. Hire a worker. I could, but I'm just doing it so that when I've got the screen like that, there's something moving in the background and you're not just looking at a flat screen. Alright, question 26. In which version were animals first included in Farming Simulator? Was it 2009, 2011, 2013, or FS15? Was Farming Simulator 2011, I think. I should have put it in there, but I think it was cows. It was one of the first things included. Chickens and horses definitely came quite a lot later. In fact, horses were 2019, if I remember correctly. No answering in chat. It's okay when we're doing the answers at this stage, but not when we're doing the actual rounds. Alright, question 27. Before FS22, what was the last farm sim game to include collectibles in the base game? Was it 2013, FS15, FS17, or FS19? It was FS17, so there was a lot of complaints that there was no collectibles in 19, and they brought it back for 22. So, good to see them listening a little bit there, and bringing things back. Right, Dazed is going to shoot me for this one and he's going to argue the point. But how many other games has Giant Software published other than Farming Simulator? None, 1, 2, or 3. They've made 2 other games, Demolition Company and Ski Region Simulator, which were done very early on in their life. That they developed those games, built those games, made those games, whatever way you want to talk to me. But that is the 2 games that they had done. And correct me if I'm wrong, I just went off list I found, so I might be wrong, but that's what I had, and that's the answer. It's 0 because I only self-published farm, so that's I get you Dazed, I understand. Half a point for none. You can have half points if you want. I'll find a reason to deduct them. Right, question 29. When did the Farming Simulator League start? 2016, 17, 18, or 19? 2016, 17, 18, or 19. It started in 2017, so it's been around for a while. 6 years this year coming up. Of course, it was one of the earlier questions was who won season 4, so you might have been able to figure it out from then. Because I think they skipped a year, or maybe they didn't have a season in 17, so 18, 19, 20, 21, 20 must have skipped a year somewhere. Round 5 makes you realise how much you don't use the DLCs. Right, and when was the first ever FarmCon held? Was it 2016, 2017, 2018, or 2019? COVID. Yeah, COVID did. I thought they did a lot of it in offline, but online, sorry. But when was the first ever FarmCon? It was held in 2016, FarmCon 16, July 23rd to July 24th. Of course, FarmCon 23 is in just over a month and a half, and I'll be on a plane in 6 weeks' time winging my way there. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. I think, you know, we start talking about it in August. After FarmCon last year, started talking about it, saying Argsy needs to go to FarmCon, and we need to make it happen. And we're making it happen, team. We are making it happen. In fact, Kermit was telling me the other day he's used me as justification for having more English content there, or things like that, because he's like, we've got someone coming from New Zealand, we can't have him turn up and only have it in German. So right, let us have a go. Round 5, so final round. Downloadable content. Did you know you can use the partner code Argsy Gaming when purchasing content from the Giant store? There you go. That's a question. That's a bonus question. I hope you also answered yes to that. Right, question 41. So, You only invited me to rob you from hats. Makes me feel a little appreciated. Is it English I'm speaking? Kind of. English speaking must represent a huge majority. It would represent a huge majority of the users for sure, Hamish. But it's in Germany, so I'm assuming a lot of those who go to it live will be German speakers. Anyhow, it is what it is. That's why we need to get them to have a US based FarmCon. Which of these features was not added with the Year 1 Platinum expansion? Winches and yarders, rock breaking, auto-load, log containers, or log measurement? So was not added. So 3 of those features were added and one of them was not. Which one was it? Get out of here, Big Rig Frosty. Exclamation mark R5 will give you the table to answer this. Don't you go answering them in chat, you'll get yelled at. You get timed out and all sorts. But good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. So which of these features was not added with the Year 1 Platinum expansion? Right, question 42. Kubota joined Farming Simulator 22 in mid-2022. Yeah, you're all good, mate. I was actually thinking, and it wasn't a guess, it was an answer. I need to, next time, I'll put something across the bottom of the slides for the second edition of Farming Simulator, the Great Farming Simulator quiz. I'll put something across the bottom of it, just saying how to answer it, so people don't do exactly what you did. But yeah, it's all good, mate. It's all good. So Kubota joined Farming Simulator 22 in mid-2022. How many tractors were included in that DLC? Was there 3, 4, 5, or 6 that came through there? Right, question number 43. It was wrong. Don't say that then, Mark. It helps other people if you think that one was wrong. Right, question 43. Antonio Carrero was the first Year 1 DLC release. What was the horsepower of the smallest tractor included in the pack? Was it 35, 38, 19, or 75 horsepower? So they were only little tiny tractors. They didn't have much grunt. But what was the smallest of them all? The size doesn't matter. It's what you do with it. Question number 44. So I've only got 7 more questions to go. Pumps and Hoses was the first third-party DLC released for Farming Simulator 22. Who was responsible for this? Creative modding, creative mesh, custom modding, or custom mesh? Mrs. Frosty doesn't care about the size. That's right. That's right. So what was it? Creative modding, creative mesh, custom modding, or custom mesh? Oh, it helps you sleep at night. Hey, Trio Gaming, how you doing? Just a reminder, don't answer the questions in chat. People are doing this blind and answering it through Google Docs, and there is a form, but if you're only just joining, we're pretty much at the end of it. So play along in your head. Go back and watch the stream live or replay from the start if you want to do it. You could skip through and just do the question sections, particularly the image ones. But yeah, you've missed out. It's been fun so far. All right. Question 45. What is the model number of the Vermeer self-propelled baler? So was it the RZ4 1000, the SR6 1100? Should put SR71 Blackbird in there, shouldn't I? The ZR5 1200 or the RX4 1150? So which one was it? One of those is the model name of the Vermeer self-propelled baler. RZ4 1000, SR6 1100, the ZR5 1200 or the RX4 1150? Alright. What is the base capacity of the AGI Silo Complex, which came as a free content update? Anyone that got that right was cheating. Oh, good one. Hey, Big Rig Frosty, $5 fine for breaking the rules. Appreciate you, mate. Thank you very much for that. Very nice of you. And like I said, I didn't have the rules clearly defined, so I'll make a note for next time. But thank you, man. Appreciate you. Nice to have you here. And just shout out to Big Rig Frosty. If you guys don't follow him on YouTube, you can go and check out his content. Live streams most days of the week. Very entertaining. Right, so what is the base game capacity of the AGI Solar Complex? 5,432,000 litres, 4,523,000 litres, 3,254,000 litres, or 2,345,000 litres? You remember that one because it had a similar name to an old engine. So what I'm thinking about, I can see how you made that connection. Oh, Ford. Yeah, maybe not then. Not what I was thinking. So, what's the capacity of AGI silos? Question 47. How many different Volvo vehicles were added with the Platinum DLC? So this is excavators, trucks, wheel loaders. I think that was all they added. How many were there? 8, 10, 12, or 14? So I think this is when you go through the store. How many different options are there? You expect us to remember the exact way the devs fell asleep on their numpad? Absolutely, Dazed. Absolutely. Alright. Question 48. Precision farming. Return for Farming Simulator 22. What is the optimum nitrogen level for corn on sandy loam soil? 100. No, they weren't all Volvo, Mark. No, there's different brands. 120 kilograms. 140 kilograms, 160 kilograms, or 180 kilograms of nitrogen per hectare. What is the optimum level for corn? Not what you apply, but what is the optimum level? I hope that doesn't... GK Ben, I don't know. I had to throw some really curly ones in there. So you might notice as I get further through the questions, they get a bit harder. I'm really scratching around for options for these. So I had to I had to load the map. I had to load a map up, find some sandy loam, plant on it to find out what the optimum level was. It's spicy around. This sorts out the adults from the kids. I was going to say the men from the boys, but we need to be gender neutral here. That's exactly what the automatic rate's for, but you should be, you should know in the background. Scooter, a good farmer would. Right, 2 more questions. Amongst the paid DLC, there were also some free content additions, including a great harvester from ERO, or ERO. What was the series number for this? Was it the Series 600, the Series 7000, the Series 700, or the Series 6000? There you go. I'm not getting them any easier, am I? There'll be a pop quiz on that one day again, Scooter. I'll just bring it up in stream going, Scooter, can you remember how the optimum level was? I didn't know the answer either, Legion. I came up with the question and then thought I'll go back. Oh, Dave's doing a mic drop. You should have had a question on a particular obscure key binding. How do you change your steering mode, or how do you change your work mode, or something like that? Quoting a DV's 25. Right, and a very final question relevant to the recent Goreville DLC release. How many pieces of equipment did the Goreville DLC bring to the game? Balers, grapples, bale wrappers, everything like that. How many different pieces of equipment were there available from the Goreville DLC? So there we go. Too many, says Big Rig Frosty. Drum roll for the last question. Right. So there we go. 2 out of 10 kicks. 2 out of 10. You were doing so well. Gee, what? You knew this one because you ranted about the fact sheets, yes. Farmer Hamish, gosh, that was tough, wasn't it? I don't know how many of them I would have got. But joys of being the quizmaster, right? Joys of being the quizmaster. Right. Round 4 answers. Name that tractor. Can you pick the make and model of the equipment from the image? So we'll go back through these ones. We've got 2 rounds of answers to go through, and then we'll have a look at where the scores all end up. You don't have to take it again if you failed right. Including grabs, there's quite a few, yeah, including the bale grabs. Yep. If you go into the Goreville DLC in the shop, how many bits of equipment are there to buy? Right, question 31. What tractor was this? Is it the Lin track, the Steyr 8150, the Zetor Forterra, or the Massey Ferguson 3670? Well, there you go. Now you can see the logo a little bit clearer. You'll be able to know that this is the Steyr 8150 Turbo. Don't think you won, but you're happy with your score. Well, we'll get through the answers dazed, and then we'll go and tally up and have a look to see who can claim that original, claim the inaugural title of Farming Simulator Quiz Champion. Bragging rights. Bragging rights are on the line. Right, question 32. Which tractor is this? The Fendt 900, the Class Argsy, the Deutz Fahr Series 8, or the Fendt 1100 Vario MT? Probably gives it away with the ladder if you can see that now. It is the Fendt 900 Vario. Now this is a little bit tricky because the 1100 Vario is also a track tractor. So we had the true two tracked Fendts. There's probably actually very little way to tell them apart. Same body shell as the Fendt favourite. It was the ladder that would give it away with the no wheels on the front. So it's the 900. I'm questioning myself now. I can see it saying Vario MT. I hope I got it right. I'm sure it was. Right. I'm sure I got it right. Colour gave it away. There's two Fendt questions though. 900 is the MT version as well. Tracky tractors. Tacky tractors. Right, question 33. Is this the JCB Fast Tracker Challenger MT, the John Deere 6R, or the Bura? Well, I think the four-wheel steer on this one should have given it away. Of course, it's the JCB Fast Track. Alright, question 34. This one I thought might have been a bit tough. I think all four of them are red tractors, so it's whether you could pick the shade of red. The McCormick X7, the Massey Ferguson MF6700, the Zetor Crystal, the Case Magnum. And you can get that there and you can see the white stripe across on the front. This is the Massey Ferguson MF6700. I found that one tough, did you, Hamish? That was it. I was hoping it would. I didn't want to make them too easy. You're far too familiar with that fast track. Yeah, I'd be surprised if you didn't get it dazed. Surprised. There's actually very few tractors with yellow wheels as well, yellow rims. Right, question 35. Is this the Fendt 300 Class Argsy, the Zeki TJV, or the Vulture G Series? You've already picked it in chat, Kegs. It is the G Series. Very noticeable with that colour. I got to see one of these in that colour at the field days I went to a couple of months ago. It pops in the sun, man. That green is just such a nice colour. Such a nice colour. I really like that tractor. Alright, this one was the tilting one because the mirrors I think were the giveaway, but hey Bondman, get out of here. Right, what are we looking at here? Is this a 7R, 8RX, 6R, or 9RT? Have a look at it there. This is of course my personal favourite, the 8RX. The 3400. I thought they were the only ones really with that mirror, but maybe I'm wrong. But that is what we're looking at there. Didn't want to make it too easy, of course. All of the above. As of 22, only the X9 or the 8RX have those mirrors. That's what I thought, Hamish. That's what I thought. Right, 37. This one I thought was reason. If you knew your colours, Vulture T Series, the Fendt 700, the Deutz Fahr, or the Class Argsy. Of course, you pop the logo off there and unpixelate it. It's pretty clear. The Deutz Fahr 8 Series. Others are black mirrors, are they? I'd have to go and actually have a look. And of course, I'll be at Deutz Fahr Arena in about 7 weeks, seeing where these get made. Hopefully we get the get a factory tour or something like that. It'd be exciting. Looking forward to it. Right, question 38. Again, I thought this one might have been a bit challenging because of the colour. A McCormick X8, the Case Quad Tracker Versatile Four-Wheel Drive with the Rostal Mush RSM. Probably gets a little bit clearer when you unpixelate it. It is, of course, the Case Quad Track. Should have painted it white to throw people off. Yeah. Trying to keep it. I want people to get these things right. 39 was your worst nightmare farm, Hamish. This one I thought might have been the trickiest one. You'll kick yourself when I unpixelate it because Was it the Landini, the New Holland, the Iseki, or the Valtra? Of course, when I've unpixelated, you can see it's got the tracks, and there's very few track tractors other than the big ones. This is, of course, the New Holland TK 4.8, the little methane tractor. If you were colorblind, you probably would have gotten 0 to 10. So next time, Dan, I reckon I might do it black and white instead. I might actually desaturate the images. But I thought this one was quite good because you don't really pick up the track. You have to really pay attention to notice the tracks. Start with. You had the right tractor, but you got the names mixed up. It's also because it's the only New Holland with that sort of metallic paint by standard, I think. Anyhow, and last but not least, hopefully you all got this one right because I'd mucked up the answer sheet. But is it the Deutz-Fahr, the Fendt 1000, Class 0 and 5000, or the John Deere 9R? The colour gives it away. It is the John Deere 9R. Of course, I thought it might have confused a few people by having the 3-point hitch on the back. A few of the Vine tractors have tracks you mistook it for the Landini. Snap, gotcha. Alright, well, there we go. So that is round number 4 done and dusted, all the answers. So we'll go through round 5 answers, and we're pretty much right on time to wrap things up and see who our inaugural quiz champion is. So we'll box on. Going through the DLC question. So which of these features was not added with the Year 1 Platinum expansion? Winches and Yada, rock breaking, auto-load log containers were all part of the Platinum expansion, so log measurement was the one option that was not available. Of course, you can measure your logs technically if you're cutting them with a harvester, because you can specify the length, but you can't measure them on foot or anything like that. But all the other 3 options were part of the DLC. Kubota joined Farming Simulator 22 in mid-2022. How many tractors were included in this DLC? Now, I'm saying auto-load, Mark. Oh, because Yoss did it. Gotcha. But auto-load was because they automatically stacked in the containers. Anyhow, Kubota joined Farming Simulator 22 in mid-2022. How many tractors were included in this DLC? Oh, that was one of the 2 you got right, Kicks. 3, 4, 5, or 6. There was 4. We had the M5, the M6, the M7, and the M8. So 4 different models of tractors that Kubota brought to Farming Simulator 22. Technically right is the best kind of right, just saying. Alright, Antonio Carrero was the first Year 1 DLC release. What was the horsepower of the smallest tractor included in the pack? 35, 38, 19, or 75? Now, I'm probably going to get some kickback on this, but it was the Tiger Car 3200 GST, which is only 19 horsepower, and if you look down there, it is in the small tractors category in the shop. So you might argue it's not a tractor, but it's in the small tractors category, so we're going for that one. 19 horsepower. It's tiny. It's tiny. Right. Pumps and Hoses was the first third-party DLC release for Farming Simulator 22. Who's responsible for this? Creative Modding, Creative Mesh, Custom Modding, or Custom Mesh. Now, of course, Creative Mesh and Custom Modding are the only 2 actual modders in that list, and it was Creative Mesh. Of course, Custom Modding responsible for a number of fantastic mods, but Creative Mesh, who were responsible for Pumps and Hoses. And is my personal lawnmower more powerful? Probably not. Actually, I'd be intrigued to know. Now, how much horsepower a John Deere L102 mower has? Interesting. Show you one to compare. What are you comparing? Size. Alright. Question 45. What is the model number of the Vermeer self-propelled baler? Whole lot of different numbers there. I'm not going to read it out, but it is the ZR5 1200 is the correct answer. So mixed up a whole lot of there. Lots of Z's and R's and S's and numbers. Question number 46. What is the base capacity of the AGI silo complex? Z, ZY, Z. probably has like 5 horsepower. What is the base game capacity AGI? Solo complex, 5 million, 4 million, 3 million, 2 million litres. Oh, we went straight past it. It is 5,432,000 litres. 1,200 reasons not to use it. Solid. I like it. Yeah, so 5,432,000 litres. It's a big silo, actually. It's a good one. We're using it on Chilliwack. Canadian Cattle Farmer has one. Right. Question 47. How many different Volvo vehicles were added with the Platinum DLC 8, 10, 12, or 14? You say ZR5. You say Z, not Z. ZR5. ZR5. Interesting. 8, 10, 12, or 14. There was 12 different Volvo vehicles added once you go through and add them all up. Z or Z? Zeet. Yes, Mark 12. There you go. Alright, question 48. Precision farming return for FS22. What is the optimum nitrogen level for corn on sandy loam soil? You're all going to know this, so you can do it manually instead of using the automatic option. 160 kilograms of nitrogen per hectare is what your corn needs to thrive to its best potential on sandy loam soil. How many had driver's side airbags? Well, I'm liking Dan. You're going to help me write the next quiz, I reckon. 160. It'd be much better if it was 180, wouldn't it? 180. Right, amongst the paid DLC, there were also some free content additions, including a Great Harvest from Aero. What was the series number? Was it 600, 7,700, or 6,000? It was the 7,000, series 7,000. How many cup holders? I'm going to have to use these. I'm lazy. Everyone uses auto, Thomas. That's why I knew it would be a good question, because no one would know the answer. Except for Dazed, because Dazed's a geek. Right. It is the Series 7000. Aero Series 7000 Grape Harvester. Right. And finally, how many pieces of equipment did the Gulville DLC bring to the game? Is it 11, 8, 10, or 9? It was indeed 9. And if I remember correctly, there was 3 balers. I can't remember correctly now. 3 balers, 3 grapples, 3 wrappers? Can't remember exactly now. So there we go. That is the quiz. We're going to have a look at the answers. But yeah, thank you everyone for participating. I've had a huge amount of fun putting that together and excited to have finally been able to present it to you. And thank you everyone who's participated the whole way through and answered questions and everything like that. But let's go. Oh, goodness gracious me. It has ended up ridiculously tight at the top. Ridiculously tight. So let's go and have a look at who can claim to be our inaugural Farming Simulator 22 quiz champion. Drum roll, please. Drum roll in the chat. Time for pancakes. You know this answer, do you, Farmer Hamish? You know that it's not you. Found out how dumb your fan following is. Oh, yes, that wasn't nice. I didn't mind that one being seen. Thanks, Kegs. That's this all right. Drum roll. Let's go and have a look at the score. I've lost that. Am I going to be able to see everything? And there we go. So, leading the way on 32 out of 50 Yoss modding. Congratulations. Pipped just at the post there was Mike on 31. Made a late run there, picking up the 1 extra question. So there was 2 points between you guys at the end of round number 14. Kegs, what happened with your score? Actually, we're just going to go to the judges here. We need to check what Kegarino did on his, because it hasn't actually brought yours through. So we might have to have a look there. Make sure everything else came through. So Dazed on 24, but Kegs, let's just have a look. I'm just going to take the scores off. Did you put a response in? You did. Hasn't picked it up, but you're 2 out of 10. Hasn't picked yours up. But it is there. I can see it. For some reason it hasn't picked it up. You went through and changed it completely. Legion. Did a Z lookup. But we had 2 in there, so you got 25. So that actually puts you in 3rd place, Kegs. 3rd place for Kegarino. So Yoss, Mike, Kigarino, and then very close actually there through with Dan, Dazed, Peter, and Dan all on around those 20 mark. Kiram 16. And of course everyone else who entered and didn't do all the rounds. But appreciate everyone, that was good fun. You do a full review tomorrow and give a rundown of all scores and overall marks if it helps. Yeah man, that'd be cool. That would be good actually. And obviously I'm going to leave it up if anyone wants to go and do it through, go back and replay the stream and everything like that. And with that, Zero has arrived. Congrats to Yoss and thanks Args for the fun tomorrow. Task, start counting cup holders. Become intimately familiar with every tractor. No, we'll definitely do it again. We'll come up with a different piece of equipment or something different. We'll come up with some different ideas on what we can do. Hey, J-Bot, be coming for that crown next time, Yoss. Absolutely. Scooter's workbench fell off the spreadsheet. So, if you didn't answer the first ones, it won't pick them up, Scooter. So we'll make sure. I can see you've answered round 4, round 3, round 2. Yeah, just because you didn't answer the first couple of rounds. Oh, you answered round 1. I don't have a response for you on round 2, Scooter. That's why it hasn't picked you up. And that's because it was the image one, which you wouldn't have been able to answer, would you? Let's have a quick look. 6. Where's Scooter's? 6, 4, that's 10. 19. Oh, I tell you what. 24. Scooter got 24 out of 4 rounds. So he's coming for you guys up top. Just have to wait and see what he got out of the map answers. Anyhow, controversy rigged filing injunction now. We'll make sure you file it in the Hague, because I hear that's where they take care of all those kind of things. How much skin was left on your knuckles after taking off jaw wheels? Should have still showed his results. If he missed, yeah. Oh, okay. Your next mod is not potato related. Good, 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 good. Right. Anyhow, everyone, thank you very much. Tractors parked in the trees. We'll go and sort that out. But that was a lot of fun. Thank you all for joining in. What else is there to say? Not much. Enjoy your week. No live stream next weekend because we're away for a football tournament. And then we'll be back after that. But we'll be live streaming on Wednesday night for our normal Wednesday nights on West Australia and having some whiskey and doing what we normally do. Thanks Legion for your help, mate. Appreciate you putting together or fixing up the spreadsheet for me. And thanks everyone else for participating. I'll appreciate any feedback. Drop me a DM, message me, whatever you like. And yeah, we'll look to do this again. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully we get some people going through and participating in the future, or catching the stream and going, wow, that was cool. I'll make sure we keep an eye out for the next one. Anyhow, that's me. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers. I think it's what, New Zealand and Australia Mother's Day? Is it just us? Anyway, if you're having Mother's Day this weekend, happy Mother's Day. Thank you for all you do for us. We would be without our mums. Right, take care. We'll catch you all later. Bye.